Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So Ghazghkull's rules have now hit the interwebs. So let's jump in and let's go through them all because I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to see Big Boy Gaz's rules. Massive thank you to everyone who sent me this railer. I had over 100 messages of people saying, Valrak, here's Ghazghkull's rules. I was out last night so I couldn't really make the video then. But of course I'm waking up now, a bit hungover making it now. So yeah, here we go. Right, onto the rules. I keep saying it. Right, onto the rules. So he's basically like a vehicle, so the more damage you put on him, the less he can do. So he has 12 wounds, that is his top. So 7 to 12 is the first bracket, 3 to 6 is the second bracket, and 1 to 2 is the last bracket. In the top bracket, he gets movement of 7, strength is 7, and attacks are 5. In the middle bracket, he gets movement of 6, strength 6, and attacks are 6. In the bracket of 1 to 2, or the last bracket, let's say, he gets a movement of 5, strength 5, and attacks 7. He actually gets an extra attack when he's about to be beat into the ground, which is really cool. His save is +2, his leadership is 8. Now if we move on to his weapons, Mork's Roar, so this is that big daka gun that we all love. So range is 36 inches, assault 12, strength 5, AP -1, and damage is 1. You got Gork's Claw, which is of course melee, strength ×2. So if you are in the top bracket, it's strength 10, middle bracket it's strength 12, and if you're on the 1 to 2 wounds, then you're strength 14 with this bloody claw. Bloody hell, that is absolutely disgusting. And he gets stick bombs as well. A 6-inch grenade D6, strength 3, no AP, and damage is 1. So some of the things that stick out there straight away is wounds are 12, so he can be shot in a horde of people. There's no screening or anything like that, what I know of at the far. But let's go into the bit of the abilities, because that'll make a little bit more sense, and then we'll get back to this whole has he got too much wounds, because that's what I'm seeing online with all the discussions. So he's got, here we go, Mob Rule, Daka, see Orc Codex. He's got the Great War. Friendly Orc infantry units within 6 inches of this model can be chosen to charge with, even if they advance this turn. So you can move in advance. That's pretty good. Sorry, you can charge in advance and stuff. That's pretty awesome. In addition, add 1 to all the attack characteristics of models in friendly Orc infantry units whilst their unit is within 6 inches of this model. If their unit made a charge move this turn, that's pretty good as well. So if you're having Gaz going into someone, you have all your units around him. That is very nice. The boss is watching. This is another ability. When a friendly Orc unit within 6 inches of this model fails a morale test, this model can restore order in a brutal display of violence. If it does, that unit suffers D3 mortal wounds, and that morale test is treated as having been passed. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So if you're wiping a whole bunch of boys out and you think they're going to fail the morale, then if you want to risk it, D3 mortal wounds, and they basically auto pass. That's very nice, because there's been a lot of times where I fight orcs where I go, okay, I'll just wipe out that certain amount of number and I know they're going to fail their test. So this would actually make me now want to completely wipe them all out and have no one left over, just in case they tried to do this with Ghazghkull around. The next one is Prophet of Gork and Mork. This model has a 4+ invulnerable save. In addition, this model can only lose a maximum of 4 wounds each phase. Now, let's just go into this one, because I think this is the actual big thing about this model. Yes, he has 12 wounds. Yes, that means you can basically blast him from across the board. But he has the 4+ invulnerable save, which is, of course, expected with a model like this. And he can only use he can only lose 4 wounds per turn. So if we look at it, that's the psychic phase, and the shooting phase, and the combat phase. So if you are, one-on-one with the dice gods, that means you're wiping him out if you manage to get off, 4 damage on smites, which I don't think I've seen anyone done on a character with a 4+ invulnerable save. Then shooting him in the shooting phase, yes, that is possible. With the heavy laser destroyers and stuff that I use, that can definitely happen. And in the combat phase as well, that is possible if you have one like a smash captain or something like that. But the thing is, it's only 4 wounds. That's it. That's the thing. It's 4 wounds. So that puts his survivability right up there, in my opinion. I think Gaz is going to be a bit of a tank on the battlefield, because you're going to be looking at him thinking, I can only put 4 wounds on this guy. Do you really want to send your smash captain or your big HQ boss or whatever can do damage into combat with Gaz when you can only do 4 wounds against this target, and then he can hit you back and do as many wounds as he wants with his bloody Gork's Claw? I just don't see me putting any of my HQs into melee contact with Gaz unless he's got, you know, at the minimum 4 wounds left, so I can actually smash him in that phase. The next one is Goths is the best. Reroll hit rolls of 1 for attacks made with melee weapons by models in a friendly Goth Orc units, whilst their unit is within 6 inches of this model. So he's basically kind of a Space Marine captain, but only for Goths. Now, the thing which I don't like about this, and it actually goes for Rebooted Guilliman as well, Ghazghkull is supposed to be the beast. He's supposed to unite all the orcs. Yes, he was a Goth before. I can get why they're coming from that Goth perspective, but really, I think his reroll aura for attacks should affect all orcs, no matter if you're the like bad moons, etc. Because he's basically the big bad boss. He is the leader of everyone. This is the problem with Reboote. Like, Reboote's stuff only affects Ultramarines, but Reboote is basically the de facto leader of the Imperium now. So really, his buffs should not only just affect Ultramarines, but all Space Marines, since they're all following Rebooted Guilliman. So that is the only really downside I don't like with these models, where they're only geared to a certain sub-faction in their faction, when they're basically the leader of that faction. The next ability is Grand War Boss. So it says this model can be included in an Orc detachment without preventing other units from that detachment from gaining a clan culture. Note, however, that this model does not benefit from any clan culture unless the clan culture selected for that detachment is the Goth's clan culture. Again, this just goes back to what I was saying before, really. He should have everything. This is Ghazghkull. He's the beast. He should be just rocking it. Yes, you can probably say that he's imbalanced and broken on the tabletop, but from, you know, the nice narrative perspective that we've got going, he's the big boss, and he deserves to get everything because it's bloody Ghazghkull. He's here to smash. And just to finish off, his faction keywords are Orcs, Goth, and his keywords are Character, Monster, War Boss, Ghazghkull, Fracker. Oh, so he's actually got the monster. Did he always have the monster keyword? That's a bit of a thinker, because I'm sure there's a knight. I think it's a Knight Valiant, where if it attacks a monster unit and is it what destroys a monster unit or does wounds to a monster unit, it can do more damage to it. But then again, does that negate the 4 wounds in each phase? Yeah, it's all up in the air at the moment. I'm sure there's going to be more discussion about this. But those are his keywords there at the bottom. Those are his abilities as well. I personally think that he is a bit of a beast. Yes, you can argue about the wounds and stuff and being shot from across the board, but I think having a maximum of 4 wounds lost in each phase is definitely cover for that. I think they just want to give him as many wounds as possible, but also make it fair where he's just not blasted by everything in turn 1 shooting phase. Alright, Chaperonios, that is me done for another video. Thank you for coming, thank you for watching as always. Again, massive thank you to all those who sent me this. Really, there's so many people sending to me, I can't reply to you all because I'll be here bloody all day. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for sending me this. I really do appreciate it. Of course, I'd like to get your thoughts and feedback on this subject. Orc players, what do you think of Ghazghkull? Do you think he is like a must now in your army? Do you think he's really not that too big of a deal? You know, and it's just, alright, I'd rather take something else, you know, to be my big boy at the front of the army. Let me know in the comment section, and we'll have a nice little chat down there as always. Thank you for coming, thank you for watching, see you now, and bye-bye.